Hello everyone, this is Mr. Alberonen here again, and today we're going to be going over Giyu's gameplay trailer. Now, first off, we're just going to watch through the trailer together, and then afterwards I will go over and talk about all the individual little things we see. Obviously, Giyu looks amazing, his design looks really cool, and I love these art thingies they give us at the start, but yeah. So we start off with some of his attacks. We actually get to see the full attack string for this guy, which is interesting. His homing dash, and attacks from the air, his grab. You actually see the particles there. Another sidestep, his water wheel, there's his armor attack. A really cool parry, that's really the most interesting thing about him. Also, this really awesome dragon attack is amazing. And not only is his ultimate really beautiful and amazing looking, it's also interesting activation is like a pseudo parry also hit. Interesting stuff. So, now that we've seen the whole trailer, let's go back and slow it down a little bit. So, first we get to see his attack string. Now, do not be alarmed, all these fancy particle effects is because he's in his awakened state. You can tell because he's like glowing blue. So, these are actually his awakened slashes, not his regular attacks. And that final hit is what I assume is the downwards version of his attack string. I'll say it again, the downward version of your attacks leads to big damage, but as like a splat and no combo, but the upwards version is less damage, but it leads to a combo and you can do stuff afterwards. This, you can see, is the downwards version, because, you know, Inosuke just falls to the ground and it has a cool animation, and I guess we'll just do a big chunk of damage instead of leading to a full combo. Here you can see two homing dashes interact. If you don't know what a homing dash is, you can check out my video explaining all the mechanics, but basically it's just a dash that may have armor or have different properties depending on the character. Then, you know, he has an attack from the air, does a few slashes. I can't tell if this is going to be his regular attack from the air or maybe this is one of his like specials in the air, but I think this is just his normal attack. Which is interesting because a lot of characters have like a dive, like a sword dive move, but he seems to have, you know, some rapid slashes from the air, which is pretty cool and makes him a bit more unique than the other water breather people. There we get to see his grab, and unlike some of the other trailers, we actually get to see the particle effects from the grab in this one. You can see there's a little like blue swirl thingy that appears when he activates the grab, and that is your indicator that your opponent is doing an unblockable move and you have to sidestep or else you're going to get hit because you can't block a grab. So yeah, you see that little swirl, and then he goes in and does this palm as his grab attack. Looks pretty cool. Does a more dodge. He's doing a lot of dodging in this trailer for some reason. Then we get to see his water wheel. It looks very, very similar to Tanjiro's. I go so far to say that it's the exact same. Unlike some of the other water breathers, they have slightly different water wheels. Like, for example, Max is a little bit different. She like charges at them and then does the water wheel. But Giyu's looks like it is kind of the exact same. Then we get to see his armored attack, and as you can see, he holds it down the whole way. And as we've seen before, when you hold down your armor attack, you can hold it for as long as you'd like until it flashes red. And when it flashes red, that means if it lands, you'll actually get a combo from it, and it'll leave the opponent in stun and you can get a combo. But as you can see, armor just goes straight through armor, even though Inosuke did an armor attack as well. It's whoever's hit last actually gets the hit. So Giyu just armors straight through whatever Inosuke does, and luckily his lasts a bit longer and he gets the last hit, the last straw, the last laugh, if you say, and then he'll get a combo from this because Inosuke will be in a crumple state. Next we see him blocking some of Inosuke's attacks, but then boom, suddenly he does this special move. He cancels from block into this blue special move where it just seems like it's a parry he can activate at any time, even when he's blocking, which is pretty crazy, where he just parries what Inosuke does, because you can see the instant that Inosuke's attack hits him, there's this bright flash, and then activates this really cool looking animation, and leaves Inosuke right at his feet to beat Inosuke up next. So that's a really interesting move, and I can't wait to see a little bit more of it, to see exactly how it works. Like, is it always a parry he can just throw out and use to counter the opponent? And does it cost meter as well? Because that's pretty scary if, like, anytime the opponent attacks you on block, you can just do that. And if they're not careful, they can just get hit by your parry. That's pretty scary stuff. Next we see another one, his final like special move, and it's this really cool looking like dragon water spin. And because I think he's in his awakened state here. Yeah, so you can see he's like glowing blue, and that's what gives him this extra animation at the end. Gives that extra little pizzazz to the end of the special move, but honestly, it didn't really need it because it already looks really cool. And we get to see his ultimate, which is kind of strange. It acts kind of like a parry, but it probably also hits the opponent, or else he wouldn't be able to combo into it. So maybe that light blue flash is a combination of being able to hit the opponent and also being a parry at the same time. But yeah, it looks really cool. And obviously, the animation is really cool as well. But anyways, that's Giyu. He's a, another water breather, but, he has his own uniqueness, just like a lot of the others. He has really interesting parry moves that we haven't seen before. It seems like he's going to be more of a character that's more patient and more relying on predicting what the opponent's going to do, and then beating them up for that, and beating your opponent that way by predicting what they're going to be doing, and then countering them, and beating them with your parry or your armor attack or something, or sidestepping out of the way, but because he sidestepped a ton in this trailer. But yeah. Anyways, that's Giyu. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
鬼滅の刃、日の神血風譚。